Broadcasting live from the Joy 106.3 FM studios, it's the Hail Wildcats Gridiron Show with the Gridiron Gang. Fellas, let's flip the switch and do this. Very pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Homecoming 2023 Hail Wildcats Gridiron Show. I am here with my co-host, Mr. Ralph Smith, and my other co-host, Mr. Larry Wesley. Guys, how is it going this week? We'll start off with you first, Ralph.
Well, rain, and more rain, but I'm excited because it's homecoming, and our new season starts on Saturday. We've already did all the experimenting. Now we're going to play real Wildcat football, and I'm excited about it.
Definitely going to play real Wildcat football, as you said, Ralph, and going to get to it, brother. Going to definitely get to it and see some, I want to say some new things, but see some happy things that kind of do your heart well.
We'll take that too.
Yeah, definitely. Mr. Wesley, how's it going, sir?
Not bad, guys, not bad. It's always great when you get a chance to partake in homecoming, and God knows it's been a central part of my life growing up in Daytona Beach for so many years, and it's just something special when you reach that time of year, and so I'm really looking forward to a great time Saturday. Hopefully we'll be victorious, but it's about the relationships and seeing former fellow classmates, friends from the past. It's just homecoming Bethune-Cookman style, and I can't wait for us to get together on Saturday.
Definitely homecoming Bethune-Cookman style, and last year was a little later than it was this year. It was November 5th, I think, last year. Mm-hmm. So happy to be back in the saddle and ready to do this thing homecoming style. We had some different changes. We had a different staff here at this point in time last year. So it's a great time here in Daytona, even with the rain that's around us and everything. So what are you guys most looking forward to this weekend? If there was a thing that you're most looking forward to.
Well, a couple of things, maybe more than a couple. I'm looking very, very forward to our tailgate.
Definitely.
I'm looking for that. I'm excited about the tailgate.
Oh, the tailgate's huge.
But more excitedly, we're going to probably win our first homecoming in the last 2 years. So I'm excited about that as well.
Why do you say that, Ralph?
I said this is a new season. This is the beginning of a new season.
It's definitely the beginning of a new season. Are you saying this Saturday is the beginning of...
This Saturday coming is the beginning of a new season.
All right.
We've already completed all the experiments. We know what works and what doesn't work.
Understood, Ralph. Understood. So there we go. That'll take us right into our SWAC week recap. Of course, our Wildcats go to Alabama State on Saturday. Final score of that game was Alabama State 19, Bethune-Cookman 14. We'll talk about that game a little bit more later. Then Grambling goes to Alcorn. Alcorn pulls that game out 25-24 in that contest. Surprises there for anyone?
I certainly thought Grambling was going to win that game. And they let Alcorn come back on them late.
Right.
Watching the game, watching the scores and checking in on it, it looked like Grambling had control of the game. And so I just assumed that they won until I saw the final score, and that sort of surprised me. And the game was in Alcorn. So that really surprised me that they were able to come back and win, down on the reservation.
Right, definitely down on the reservation. Looks like we're having a little technical difficulties with our Facebook live stream, but we'll try to get that up and rolling here shortly. We'll get our technician on that to get that back up and rolling. Jackson State at Alabama A&M. Jackson State 45, Alabama A&M 30.
See, I thought that game would be a lot closer than that because of Alabama A&M ability to run the football.
Right.
Well, it's a neutral site game, and it's a Gulf Coast Classic down in Mobile, Alabama at Lab Memorial Stadium. So I sort of gave the edge to Jackson. But again, I thought the game would be closer as well, but it looked like Grambling had their way with Alabama A&M. And mind you, just a week before, guys, Alabama A&M put up 58 on Tuskegee.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jackson State comes in and hangs 45 on them. So somebody's not playing defense in the conference.
Then we have FAMU goes to Southern. That game was a thriller. FAMU 26, Southern 19.
Yeah, that was a classic Rattler Jaguar kind of affair, and God, I've sat through a lot of those. That was played on the Bluff down in Baton Rouge at Mumford Stadium, and it was a really good football game. It had a vibe about it that I've been watching, as I said, for a long, long time. When these two intersectional rivals got together, or now they're in the same conference.
Mm-hmm.
So it went about like I thought it would go. Whoever had that ball last was going to have a shot to win the football game. And FAMU did what they typically do out in Baton Rouge. How many times have they broken the Jaguars' heart in the last quarter of a game that looked like Southern was going to win?
In fact, FAMU's won the last 4, right?
Yeah, exactly. There's so many rumors floating around about what's going on at Southern. I mean, there's a lot of conversation about the fact that there'll be some coaching changes at the end of the year. That remains to be seen. We still have half of the season to go, but you know how the rumor mill starts, and it's coming from high places as well.
Wow.
A name that I'm hearing is somebody that we wanted.
That would be interesting.
That's what shocked me, but it's very interesting to see how that will play itself out.
Right, definitely interesting to see how that will play itself out. Mississippi Valley at Prairie View A&M, Prairie View 31, Mississippi Valley 12.
No surprises there.
Yeah, I think that was that went just like chalk, like it was
Pretty
supposed
much.
to go,
Pretty much.
And that wraps up our SWAC week recap. Again, we're experiencing some technical difficulties with our Facebook live stream, but you can pick us up on YouTube if you want to tune into the show. So that takes us into our Pro First Sports Management SWAC week schedule. Alabama A&M goes to Grambling. That game kicks off at 3 p.m. Alabama State at Jackson State. That's a 3 p.m. kickoff there in Jackson, Mississippi. Arkansas Pine Bluff goes to Mississippi Valley. That's a 3 p.m. kickoff. Homecoming here in Daytona Beach, Texas Southern takes on our Wildcats. That's a 3 p.m. kickoff here in Daytona Stadium. Lincoln, California at Southern. That's a 5 p.m. kickoff there in Baton Rouge. And then Prairie View A&M at Houston Christian, which we have someone who is playing for Houston Christian. That's where our defensive lineman, Judas McKenzie. He's at Houston Christian.
Good for him.
He is at Houston Christian. So that'll be interesting to see. So we'll see. guys, that'll bounce us right into our FCS computer rankings. Our computer rankings is that of FAMU comes in at rank number 10. They were previously 11 in our rankings. Next up is Jackson State. They were previously 25. They are now 29. Grambling State 67. They were previously 52. Southern 71, previously 62. Alabama A&M 74. They were previously 60. Alcorn State, previously 89. They are 78 now. Alabama State's 86. They were previously 100. Texas Southern comes in at 89. They were previously 80. Then our Wildcats come in at 97. We were previously 75. Prairie View comes in at 99, previously 102. Arkansas Pine Bluff comes in at 104. They were previously 106. And Mississippi Valley comes in at 128. They were previously 128. So there you have it, guys. As far as SWAC football standings, FAMU comes in 4-0 in conference, overall 5-1. Jackson State's 2-1 in the conference. Overall, they come in at 4-2. Alabama A&M 1-2. Overall, they're 3-3. Alabama State 1-2 conference. Overall, 2-3. Bethune-Cookman 0-2 in the conference, 1-4 overall. Mississippi Valley State rounds out the East at 0-2, 0-5 overall. In the West, Prairie View comes in at 3-1. They were previously, they are 3-3 in the conference, or 3-3 overall. Grambling State comes in at 2-1, 3-3 overall. Alcorn State 2-1, 3-3 overall. Southern 2-1 overall. They're 2-3. Arkansas Pine Bluff 0-2 overall. We're 1-4, and then Texas Southern comes in 0-2. They're 1-4 overall. All right, Mr. Wesley, you're up. You got any moments in, let's see, Wildcat football, 100 years?
Well, it certainly won't be the homecoming of 1973, which is our championship year, because we lost that homecoming. First game of the season, we lost. We're 5-0. But there's been some outstanding homecoming games. I go back to one that's a long time ago, 1961, and I think Dan Ryan had touched a little bit on some of the homecoming games this week on our BC Wildcat website, football website, and that 61 game was extremely special because Bethune put up 61 points in that football game. It was an incredible game. We just destroyed Lane College of Jackson, Tennessee. But what I remember most was the fact it was Coach McLaren's very first year as the football coach. And guys, I'm going to tell you this. When Coach McLaren came to Bethune-Cookman, nobody in the SIAC knew anything about the forward pass until he got here. And I mean nobody, not even Florida A&M could understand the passing game that he brought in from the Pittsburgh Steelers. And on that particular day, Bobby Frazier, who would go on to be a head football coach at Bethune-Cookman, put on some kind of a passing performance that day in Welch Memorial Stadium. And growing up around the campus and getting to know Coach Frazier, as I have gotten to know him, that was so special. He and King Davis, outstanding receiver, had 3 touchdown passes.
Really?
And just unheard of yardage that particular year. In fact, leading up to that homecoming game, Daryl, we pulled an upset against a team that nobody thought we had a chance against, Morris Brown. And Coach McLaren unveiled that passing attack in that same year. But that 61 homecoming left everybody astonished because, I hate to bring this up, the previous homecoming the year before wasn't a happy camper. That was the Florida and Bethune-Cookman 97-0 football game.
Wow.
So we came back the following year in 61, and we put up over 60 points. And I can tell you, as a young kid, being in that football game and watching Bethune-Cookman, everybody loved to see the football in there.
Right.
And we were throwing it all over the yard. And Bobby Frazier really made a name for himself during that 61 football season.
Wow. Big things happen. It's homecoming weekend here in Daytona Beach for Bethune-Cookman University. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. they will have the ribbon cutting for the long-awaited John Bryant practice field. So get a chance to go out there and see that ribbon cutting. It's been a long time coming. Plus, there's many more things that are on the way.
You know, I happened to turn down laughing at myself because I was just yesterday cutting through the campus, and I came down. Normally I would go right across in front of the Hanfield Center, but I missed the turn, so I took the next turn and came up by the football, about the new
Jesse.
field. Yeah, I came on Jesse. But when I came down Jesse, I was looking over at the football field, and all of a sudden, guys, I'm looking at the football field. All of a sudden, what flashed up in my mind, I'm looking at the field, but I saw all of those weeds that had been there, like the cornfield.
Oh, God.
I thought to myself, well, God is really good, okay? He really is good. Because I said, just a few months ago, that's what was over there.
That's right.
And so
That's
now, we have something to be awfully proud of. And I'm just so happy that it finally came to fruition.
We definitely have something to be proud of, and thanks to all those who helped to make that possible, and helping with other things to make that possible. We were there to see it from start to finish, and the diligent work that was put in, and like I said, everyone who helped with that, and I'm glad to see it finally be unveiled.
It is special. You can't help, if you're going that way, to go down Jesse Street because it becomes fixated in your mind to see, almost like what the founder, Dr. Bethune, founded this college on a noxious city dump with faith in God and $1.50. And so we're not quite there yet.
No,
but we, to see that field come into play is really special. And so if you haven't seen it, get by there, and if you can get up there tomorrow at 3 o'clock, go by for the ribbon cutting.
Right, definitely. If you get a chance to go by for the ribbon cutting, we encourage you to definitely do so.
Go and support the Wildcats.
Go and support the Wildcats and Bethune-Cookman.
Darren, I don't know if I'm talking about the homecoming, but that 61 football score was Bethune-Cookman 61, Lane 6. So
really?
Yeah. It's a 60-something point spread there. So we were playing pretty good football.
Guys, it's that time. Let's go back to 2 p.m. Saturday. Alabama State, it's their homecoming. Our Wildcats fall short of the Alabama State Hornets. Final score of that contest, 19-14. Let's cover that for our fans, guys.
Somebody sent some pictures on Facebook, and I'm sitting there getting ready for the game, and one picture was of Daryl, and then and Daryl's looking at the camera, but over Daryl's shoulder, there's Ralph, and Ralph is fixated. He's got his football face on. He's not caring about the camera.
Bro.
He's staring at the football field, and I said, "Oh boy, what a photo this is."
I was looking for our offense.
I
I couldn't find them. I knew they were somewhere down there, but I couldn't find that offense.
Ralph, for a minute, when I looked at you and I was looking at Daryl, I said, "Man, Ralph looks like Rudolph Monkey Matthews." Coach Matthews looking at that football game.
Looking for the offense.
But I got a big laugh when I saw that guy. It was some nice shots that people sent into Facebook.
Definitely some some good times had at that contest on Saturday. Quite a few Wildcat fans in attendance.
It was,
right, 50-yard line.
It was amazing to see the maroon and gold, and people were taking pictures of the Cookman folks. You know, that was there. But you guys, I'm not going to say, y'all have got to answer something for me because you're doing the recap and you all were there. But
what do you need help with, Larry?
We can help you.
I got up to go get some popcorn out of the kitchen, and before I could get back, we had scored. And I was like, oh my goodness, what is going on? You know, we already on the board.
Right.
And I'm thinking, man, this is an omen of good things to come.
Well, you know, and that was caused by Makari, number 2, had an excellent kickoff return. If I'm not mistaken, he brought it all the way back to their 45, Daryl?
Yes.
Yeah. He had an excellent, almost broke it.
Yes.
Nearly broke it. So they were trying to kick away from D's and kicked it right to him. But
I mean, but not just the kickoff there, but even the pace we were playing with. You know, we were the pace. That's what was shocking me.
And that's what confused them too. And then all of a sudden we went away from it. Oh, by the way, when that picture was taken, that's what I was looking for.
Why did we go away from it, Ralph?
That's what I want. That's the question that I wanted to ask, Daryl. Why?
I don't know.
It's almost like we took our foot off the gas.
Quick, fast, and aggressive. That's supposed to be our theme. But we, Alabama State could not adjust to that pace. They couldn't adjust. But for some reason we went away, and that's why I was looking for the offense.
And down the stretch, I mean, it was, like you said, we mashed the gas when we need to mash the gas early, and then we let off of it. I mean, there were quite a few 3-and-outs that, you know. And at that time, we slowed the offense down. And, you know, I think we said on the show here the other night that, hey, man, if we're going to do this, you got to get the ball. You can't let them overthink it. You got to get it out of their hands quick. And when we did that early, I mean, it paid dividends for us, you know.
So you opened the show asking Ralph, and Ralph said this is
the beginning of it.
And for me, I'm taking that to heart in the sense that we don't have an identity yet offensively.
No, we don't.
And we've got to solve. And this is the Saturday that it has to happen because the experiment, as Ralph said, is over. I mean, right now, this is it.
This is it.
You're halfway through the season.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, we came into the season thinking that we were going to struggle on defense.
That was the weak link that we.
That's what we thought.
Yeah.
And that didn't. So far, I think the defense, each game they play, is getting stronger. Now, we had a couple of laps, but, I mean, okay, that can be expected. But I think that we're getting better there. And then, like as Larry has mentioned earlier, we don't have an identity on offense. What is it that we do well?
That's what I'm... Right. If you look at the numbers, Ralph, if we score in the SWAC 4 touchdowns, we win every game.
Every game. Actually,
because we're holding people. We're holding people to
right.
We're in the SWAC, literally less than 20 points a game.
That's right.
That's right. The SWAC.
That's right.
So you literally, if you put 3 touchdowns up, you
win. You win.
You win.
Yeah.
So we go into that game. We, you know, like I said, we start out fast. Then we squander some things away, and go into halftime. You know, go into halftime, game's still manageable. But when we come back out of halftime,
we're leading at half.
We lead 7-3,
just like we led Jackson at half.
They being the Hornets, go in. And, you know, okay, so the main thing, let's paint this picture first. So the main thing is the guy who's pacing the sideline across the way over there. And, you know, he's just like the hitman, like, you know, the movie Shooter. He's standing over there and, like, everywhere he moves, like, his only line of vision is over there on his, you know, the sideline he used to stand
with
on.
The goal.
Yeah.
Looking at the goal.
And who we're talking about is Coach Sims. So just, and just animated as he can be. I mean, like,
I've never seen him like that before.
Truly in the game plan, helping with special teams, just all over the field. Like I say, go into halftime, come back out after halftime, and I mean, razzle dazzle is what they're running at us.
Yeah, but they changed quarterbacks too.
They kept alternating them in and out, 17 and 8.
Yeah, but when they came out in the third quarter, that was another quarterback.
Yeah, 17.
He got them going.
And even, we had some Todney Evans parents rode the bus with us because they have a daughter up who's, Honeyview.
Right.
Yeah. And they're like, man, all these games we went to, we've never seen 17 play. And when he came in, I mean, flea flicker and everything.
They were throwing the kitchen sink.
Yeah, and did what they wanted to do. And it really started to get away from us.
Mm-hmm.
Really started to get away from us until late, fourth quarter. And, we're stopping them, shutting them down on defense. And I called it up in the stands. I was like, man, watch that tight end leak out right there. We haven't covered it. It's been in the middle of the field. That's where they've been throwing it. And they're running it at us. But right now, if we stuff the run, then we got 3 timeouts on the board. So, they're going to throw something at us that we haven't, really seen. They leak the tight end out, and what happens? Mr. Sparrow is right there.
Jump the
route, and,
But as we said last week, until we make them respect whatever our identity is, they're going to keep blitzing. They blitz us just about every play because we don't have an identity on offense.
Right.
But, guys, one of the things we developed last week, and remember I said to you, Daryl, I mentioned about not just trick plays, but gadget plays that you have in your pocket.
Right.
You get a gift. You get a gift. You got a chance to steal this game. You get an interception that shouldn't have even been there.
Shouldn't even been thrown.
It should have been thrown.
Okay, it was until Mario Cristobal did what he did. The GOAT play of the weekend was Bama State throwing the football against Bethune-Cookman.
Yep.
So we get the football and we're down at the 10-yard line with slightly under 2 minutes to go in the game. And all we got to do is get 10 yards, and we win this football game.
Yeah, but what happened on the first play of that time, we got sacked.
We take a loss.
We took a sack.
We take a loss.
Which I didn't understand that one because I don't think that was a play to run anyway.
Well, again, if you have that special play that you can go to, it's probably something nobody's seen on film. But you gotta have that. I don't understand these coaches who don't have that today.
Well, because
the game presents itself in a manner. Sometimes you may not play a great game. It might come down to one thing that you did well to win that football game. And that was our golden opportunity. Yep. And we got 4 shots at it, and nothing happened. We didn't gain a yard. We lost 5. We got that 5 back, but from that point forward, we didn't gain a yard. Yeah. Nope.
Viewers, again, we're sorry for the technical difficulties. I think we're finally up on Facebook now. So thank you for all who've tuned into YouTube. Keep on tuning into YouTube, but also you can pick us up on Facebook Live now. So, guys, let's go through this real quick. We'll start here. We've identified 2 things, okay? We started out quick, right? Okay. Went away from the quickness. When we came back to the quickness, when the game was getting away from us, when we came back to the quick game, we go 14 plays, 70 yards, drive the ball down the field. Which is very reminiscent of what you did against Jackson State. Mm-hmm. Right. When the game was getting away, you go quick, you score, and now you put the fear of God in them because if we get the ball back, people are thinking, we're going to lose this game. Right. And I think we had someone say that, right? Yeah. Ralph, so they're going to turn it over, but
we're not going to be able to score.
So
Hello, Jerry.
my whole thing then, we're talking about identity, Ralph, but part of that identity is understanding your tendencies.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't think we really respond to that really well.
And that's why they blitzed us the first play. The first play on the 10-yard line, they blitzed us, threw us for a 5-yard loss.
I also feel that we didn't use that zone read enough because they gave us the outside every time.
Sure did.
And every time he ran on the outside,
He gained 10 yards.
Yes. So what you do on that, if they give you that down by the end zone, which they gave it to us, no, you might not score. You might not score, but you advance the ball. You advance the ball to give you other chances for other plays.
But see, the issue that I have with that particular game, we didn't run any sweeps, we didn't run any draws, and we didn't. What's the other play that I'm thinking?
Well, Larry had said
Screens. We had no screens.
But guys, let's put it in context. We get the ball at the 10-yard line. We know what the defensive coordinator from Bethune-Cookman at Alabama State is going to do. You already know that.
Right.
The three of us know that. Now, I don't know about the coaching staff, but you knew he was going to blitz.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he did.
That's his MO. And so you got to be ready for them when they come with the blitz. You got to have a blitz beater to get home. That's how you shut that feast of famine down.
Right.
And
I think Saturday you're going to see a lot of blitzing. They're going to blitz us.
This is a copycat league. Why would you not? Why would you not? That's the MO.
I think you pick it up better this week, and we'll get to that here in a little bit. We'll pick it up better this week. We'll talk about it a little more. But, I mean, from what I saw in practice last week, that game was exactly how we practice.
And what? Oh, both offensively and defensively?
As a team. As a team.
It certainly seemed to me that we played this game very close to the vest.
Yeah.
We really did not. We didn't show anything that said we really wanted to win the game, except early.
Right.
And then we went away from that, and I don't know why we went away from that.
And you can't go away.
No.
Especially something that's working for you.
Yeah. Well, that rain's coming down pretty good out there, huh?
You can hear it really well.
But, I mean, just in how many times we touched the ball, the game could have been blown open early, And I know we came on the show saying last week that, hey, man, they're it was first half team?
Yep.
Yeah. And
I think it was Jerry who said, I'm not expecting this game to be close. I think Jerry said make that statement.
He did.
And then they flipped it around. They turned it in the second half and blew it open.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But they blew it open because it appeared that we was reluctant to win it.
Well, that too, and some stuff I heard after was, like there was some stuff we didn't see, on film, which they changed it every week.
They broke tendencies,
right?
Which is what we're talking
That's
about.
what we talked about. As we'll pause for station identification and a commercial break. You're listening to the Hail Wildcats Gridiron Show on Joy 106.3 FM, Facebook, and YouTube Alive.
WAIGLP, Daytona Beach.
natural look, hair coloring, locks, lock extensions and repair, and braids. They also offer nail, eyebrow, and eyelash services. Styles 101 is the local shop for Bethune-Cookman University, Embry-Riddle, and Daytona State College. For more information or to schedule an appointment, 386-872-6413. That's 386-872-6413. Styles 101 Beauty Salon and Barbershop.
Styles 101 Beauty Salon and Barbershop is currently hiring. Their location is 955 Orange Avenue, suite number 190. They are currently hiring for barbers, nail techs, and beauticians. For more information, 386-852-1632. That's 386-852-1632. Styles 101 Beauty Salon and Barbershop.
This is your favorite gospel station, 106.3 FM. Tune in every Monday and Wednesday at 2 o'clock. Let's Speak Bible.
Tune in to Daytona Beach Radio with your host, the Reverend Dr. L. Ronald Durham. This is the city's most exciting news and information program here on Joy 106.3 every Wednesday beginning at 12 noon. Don't miss it.
Special thanks and support to WAIG comes from R.J. Gaines Funeral Home, where Alexander C. Wynn III, licensed funeral director and owner. R.J. Gaines Funeral Home provides full burial services, entombment, cremation, transporting services, pre-planning arrangements, and consultations. R.J. Gaines Funeral Home is located at 804 Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune Boulevard. R.J. Gaines Funeral Home, 386-253-7686.
We're back here on the Hail Wildcats Gridiron Show. Guys, we're talking Wildcat football against Alabama State. It just didn't turn out our way in the end, guys. Walter Simmons finishes the day 13-22 passing with 75 yards and a touchdown. He rushed for 17 times for 83 yards. Only back to appear for our Wildcats, Jimmy Robinson rushed 22 times for 75 yards and a touchdown. And Mr. Dearest Thomas, that guy gets his name called almost every week, led us in tackles with 9 tackles and 2 for a loss. Our stats on the day. Total yards, Bethune-Cookman 198, ASU 312. Passing yards, Bethune-Cookman 75, ASU 204. Rushing yards, Bethune-Cookman 123, ASU 108. Penalty yards, Bethune-Cookman comes away, 2 penalties, 14 yards. ASU, 2 penalties, 15 yards. First down conversions, Bethune-Cookman 11, ASU 16. Third downs, Bethune-Cookman 5 of 15, ASU 2 for 12. Fourth downs, Bethune-Cookman 2 of 3, ASU 2 for 4. Time of possession, Bethune-Cookman 29 minutes, 6 seconds, ASU 30 minutes, 54 seconds. Pretty evenly played game, except for when you look at the total yards. What do you say to that?
Well,
you look at the total yards, but also you look at the you look at the first down efficiencies. You know, I'm looking at third downs. They're 2 of 12.
they were just as bad as we are.
Literally, yeah. You know,
I mean, we're 5 for 15. They 2 of 12. So neither offense was really doing that much. But I think our offense is more capable. And we just got to get it going Saturday. That's the beginning of our new season.
You know, the questions are coming in. Are we healthy? Things of that nature. And we'll speak to that shortly. Guys, real quick, while we're on it, as we always do, let's go quick grading. Quarterbacks.
I'm going to give the quarterback a C-, and I'm going to tell you why I gave him that later.
Later? Okay. Larry.
I'm going to go wish we had another area to grade, which would be coaching. Okay, because
That's why I said
we'll come to the end when we get to the end grades.
Because the quarterback's got to run what you call.
Right.
So I'm going to go C. Ralph said C-. I'm going to go C.
Running backs.
I'm going to go C plus.
Yeah, I thought, Jimmy got all the carries, and Jimmy ran hard inside, against a team that's known for its rushing defense.
And it kind of goes back to what you were saying about the whole coaching thing, though, because it came down to second half, they figured that out.
Oh, yeah.
They figured that out.
I mean, if you and Ralph, not that you all don't know football, if y'all can see that we're running zone read and they're giving us the whole outside.
Right. Why not take it, what they're giving you? Make them move that person out, and then that's when you hit them.
But again, I mean, if you go back to the coaching, and you and I talked about this Saturday, who's upstairs? Because if he's on the field, there's things that he can't see. But who's upstairs? I don't know who that is, but maybe not the right person.
I don't think it's just things that he can't see. I think,
Well, hold on for a second now, because I think all night we passed on the first down.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But that's kind of to my point. It's not just things that he can't see. I think it's like
You got to change up. You got to switch up.
OJT.
Yeah.
OJT.
Most coaches, particularly from the offensive side, and that's pro football down, they start with take what the defense gives you. Okay, if they're gonna give me something, I got to take that.
Yeah, I think we could have ran sweeps on them every time and gained maybe.
Well, not just sweeps, but like Larry say, and I think we figured it out from what we've seen. I think it's
we saw some stuff this week.
That's like, oh yeah, that would have hit.
Yeah.
You run off and then
Well, we said last week, guys, we don't want to play this football game in a phone booth. Remember we said that?
Right.
We said we want to play it in space. And so if you start going to the outside and you threaten them, they got to account for that.
We got one of our listeners, F for QB, C for running backs. All right, let's go wide receivers. Wide receiver / tight end play.
I don't know. I mean, see, for me, your wide receivers, you got to put them in the right side too, though.
I love Grady. Okay, but again, this is a terribly skewed grading process.
Yeah.
I'm not grading the person that needs to be graded.
Yeah.
I'm grading the players. Don't get me wrong, they're out there. But if you're not putting them in a good position
you got to
execute, then they're getting a grade, but what are they?
Yeah. They're kind of, their hands are tied.
And that's basically the way I see it too.
Their hands are tied.
We got great wide receivers, but you got to get them the ball.
So what's your grade?
On wide receivers?
Yeah.
I thought I already graded.
No,
I didn't?
No. We play as a team.
So, thanks. Thanks for reminding me.
No problem.
Well, I can't give him anything over a C.
Why?
Because they didn't have the opportunities. I can't give him. I mean,
but when they did get the ball, what did they do with it? Grade them on that then.
Guys,
175 yards.
75 yards. Guys, I'm fit to go back. I'm going 75 yards. Come on now.
Larry said he's going back to elementary school on this one. All right, so let me go ahead and give my grade.
If I'm teaching a class and everybody fails,
Then you're not a good teacher. You're not a good teacher.
You know, I'm not doing a good job.
Yeah.
You know, now some teachers say, I got some students who can't learn. No.
You got a teacher that can't teach.
Who's got a problem teaching? So we can give these grades. I mean, the grades that they're giving probably are fair grades, but hey, we're not grading the right person.
Yeah, we're gonna
You
have
guys,
to.
you guys will have your opportunity. Oh
Okay,
boy!
Okay.
I'm gonna turn the microphones off when it comes to. All right, let's go O-line.
I'm gonna give the old line a C plus.
I would as well. Here's why. We know that Bama State forte is running the football. We held them to 108 yards.
Right.
We outrushed them.
Yes.
And therefore...
Coming, 268 last week coming into that contest?
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. So, for us to outrush them, we had to be doing something up front.
Yeah. Right.
We had to be getting some kind of push.
And we did early. I mean, it was 4 or 5 yards a pop. Up the gut.
And what were we concerned about last week? We had an injured offensive line.
Right. Yeah.
We were all banged up.
Yeah.
Yet they played
well. And one of our normal starters didn't even start. He didn't come in until late in the game.
So whoever was out there was doing a decent, a credible job. I like Ralph's grade there. It was a C plus.
Where's CC when you need him?
All right, let's offensive grade.
D.
And now you can include the coaches on the offensive side. Offensive grade.
Let Larry go first. I already got mine playing.
Ralph said D. I'm gonna go D minus. I don't want to go F, but because F to me means that we're totally incompetent. I don't see us as being that. I think we don't want to take the gloves off. We've got to take the gloves off and go win a game.
Is it that we don't want to take the gloves off, or are you limited?
Well, I think there's a thing. You can coach scared. You can coach not to lose the game, but you're not trying to win the game.
Right.
You follow where I'm coming from?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I think we're playing it closer to the vest than we have to play.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I think with all the eyes looking for homecoming,
right?
If we play like that Saturday, you're going to hear it.
We'll cover that during our game plan, but I don't think we're going to,
I'd already told Darold that. Well, he disagrees with me.
No. I told you what was going to be.
You told me what was going to happen, and I said and that's why I said the experiment is over. We got to go win some football games. We need to win 5 straight football games. That's what we got to do, and we're capable of winning 5 straight football games.
SSU versus TSU.
I said it last week.
I'm just telling you.
Ralph repeated it. No risk it, no biscuit. We ain't risking it. We got to start risking it. We got to start going after some things that we've been really close to the vest on.
Got to get outside our comfort zone.
Exactly.
I don't think it's going to happen yet. Well, it's going to happen Saturday, but
Christmas will be
no. What I mean is
we're going to be out fishing.
What I mean is it's not going to happen.
Oh, I see. He's being coy. He's being coy. I know what he's saying.
Not yet. I'm saying it's not going to happen when everyone thinks it's going to happen, but it's going to happen.
What's keeping it from happening?
Play the song, right? My music to my ears.
Well, I guess what
you saw it, Larry.
Is there a conspiracy theory going on here?
There's no conspiracy theory. I think it's just like
football do's and don'ts.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Football do's and don'ts. You got to respect the athlete. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You can't just throw a person away.
You get it now. Savannah State.
That's why I say SHU. Okay, let's move on, and then we'll come back to it during our game plan. Okay, let's go defensive line.
Oh, I'm giving my boys a B plus, because they held them. I thought they played well. They pretty much shut down the running game.
Listen, this ball club, our ball club, Saturday in homecoming, played an Alabama State team that really bludgeoned Alcorn on the ground.
Right.
Last week.
Right.
And we hold them to this pedestrian number of 108 yards.
With some injuries across the board over there.
Yeah, we had injuries.
Yeah.
We still held them.
Yeah.
So guess what? Just as we don't have identity on offense, we got an identity on defense. Because we're fairly stout on defense. You may get yardage between 20 to 20, but when that field condenses, we dial in.
Yeah.
Our scheme is good.
Right.
We don't give up a whole lot of shots.
No junk plays.
Right, exactly. Big junk plays. So we're solid there.
You grade them?
Yeah, B plus.
I'm right there. I'll go along with that. Listen, I'm so pleased with the defense. I can jump up on this table. I mean, because I just knew they were going to be our liability.
That's what we all thought.
Me to believe that we were going to struggle on offense. I didn't believe that.
It was great to see the defensive coordinator smile after the game.
Man, they get the.
I mean, and that's not to take away from the fans. Yes, we lost the game, but. Guys, do you realize, and no, we don't give participation trophies, but you could be 2-0 in the SWAC, 11 points. 11 points.
That's right.
All the things that I worried about, our size up front, could we stop the run? Hey, guys,
we got
our scheme.
Yeah.
Our scheme, whether it's the 3-3-5 or the 4-2-5.
Right.
Listen, we've got that thing figured out on the defensive
Pretty
side.
much.
We really do.
I think the defensive coordinator, not only the coordinators, but the staff has done an excellent job.
They really have.
Linebackers.
I'm gonna go D plus with them. I'm just gonna. I think they could be better.
Early on, there was a lot. Well, second half, there was a lot of free running down the field.
Right.
Free range.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And again, guys, that could be designed in the scheme.
Well, a lot of that was, like I said, after the game was
because when you once you get down near the red area and that field shrinks, you don't see all that stuff going on.
And that's a lot of that, which we had a lot of guys looking around, but I can't say to their credit, I did hear that a lot of that we didn't see on film. Like they changed it up this week, and of course,
that is a sign.
Our former head coach is going to help throw the kitchen sink after.
That is a sign of good coaching. There is nothing wrong with changing your tendencies.
Right, nothing. I mean, that's what you gotta, If they stayed with everything they had in the first half, it's over. If we found our offense, it's over.
Listen, when we got the ball at the 10-yard line to win this game,
right,
I would have made Alabama State use every time out there.
Yes, sir.
Because I'd have come up with formations that they've never seen before. And you're going to have to go to the timeout to figure out what we're trying to do. Because I'm going to make you come out of your bag because you're going to be defending something you've never seen before.
Right. If we don't get this touchdown, we going down fighting, not getting it.
Can you imagine what would have happened if we scored there on homecoming and they lost homecoming? And we scored in the waning seconds. And that gap of them throwing that pass, they had the interception. Right. Man, the wheels would be off the car.
Oh, yeah. And they were boats were missing.
Already, the lug nuts were already shaking.
Yeah.
Literally. And we had a chance to win.
Right. Defensive backs.
Well, I'm going to shout out to number 1 because I thought he played an exceptionally good game. And they put him against Alabama State, number 1 receiver, and he shut him down. Amari he played a good game, man.
He may be small in size.
Right.
But his technique, his ability to break on the ball, his hips, the way he came in and knocked passes down, he was in the perfect position to make those plays.
So he's in mid-season form, actually. Now, you haven't gotten there yet, but
Miss Lodge said, "Can we grade the refs?"
Well, we didn't have the cross-eyed guy. We left him in Mississippi.
Let's go overall defense before we go to the last special teams.
No, we go into safeties.
Well, they're part of defensive backs. I mean, you can go there.
Yeah, but they got separate responsibilities. And they did not meet up to those responsibilities on Saturday. Okay, we got to mention that because Miss Lodge was at the game and she know what I'm talking about.
Was she there? Was her husband there?
Of course, my best friend.
So what do you give the safeties if you had to separately grade them?
I'm going to give them a D-.
D-. All right.
And most of that probably came on the trick plays.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're
not in position.
Yeah. And I mean, just staring them down as they ran down the field.
Hey, what are you doing going over there?
You know, that's who's getting the ball, right? Overall defense.
I'm going to give them a B+.
Yeah, I would definitely give them a B. Definitely.
We got 1A over here for overall defense. We have a championship defense.
We got it. I mean, there's no doubt about it. The data says that. If you look at the numbers, they're saying that.
Yeah, I want to say this, but I'll cover it after we go to special teams. Let's go to special teams real quick, guys, and you can dissect or split it however you want to do it. Special teams.
Special teams, I'm going to give my special teams a B+.
I'm going to give them a C because I think we had a gap in the kicking game on the field goal.
Yeah.
And that was, I know we did well on the return game, but we had a chance to narrow that score with a better snap.
Not only that, the snap became a problem on punt and
did.
And field goal.
The snap led to that short punt we had to make in the game.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, if we make that field goal,
yes.
When we intercept the ball, we didn't need a touchdown.
Right. Kick the field goal.
All you do is kick a field goal.
We're already right there.
And if the kid, if he put the ball down right, he's gonna make the field goal. But again, it just seemed like I said the week before, Woody just can't catch a break. Because that was a game we should have won.
Both of them.
We should have won both games.
Both of them.
Catching a break, huh?
Can't catch a break.
Sometimes you got to create your own.
I agree with Larry on that, too.
Yeah, and we caught a break. We did.
Sparrow caught the break.
He caught a break. Literally.
Yeah. And actually, Jerry Bell called that before it even happened. He called it. He said, this is what's going to happen. He said, you got to remember, Alabama State is no better than we are. They don't want to win. They don't want to win. He said, watch, they're going to turn the ball over. But he said the only problem with that, we aren't going to be able to score.
And that's what those guys out there by me. I said, man, like I said earlier, watch that tight end come out of the backfield. He read that thing perfectly, man. Got underneath it, and, we kind of messed with him at practice the other day, man. One job to do. You had one job to do. If you think about you want to play running back, you should have got it in the end zone. That's our friendship we have with that guy. But overall team grade, if you had one.
I'm going to give him a C. We should have won the game.
Yeah.
I can't give him anything. Actually, I'm leaning more towards C-.
I was about to say, I got to put a minus there. I got to put a minus until we get that identity figured on the other side. Okay.
And yes, they did give Coach Sims the game ball after the game. He was walking around with the ball on the sideline or on the field as he greeted
That's
some of
the
his
last
former
one he'll
players.
ever get against Bethune.
Indeed.
He about to cherish that one.
Indeed. Guys, we got to move on to our Alpha One staff and search firm, BCU versus TSU game plan. You guys have been at practice this week, right? So I've heard everything you said about last week's game. What makes this week any different?
Sprague and Bethea.
What do you mean by Sprague and Bethea?
They're back.
They're back.
The new season starts Saturday.
So you said we were going to get to that. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, they're back. They're off
What's
the
back?
injury list.
I've seen them travel to the games. What you mean
I'm
back?
talking about they're back ready to play. Bethea and Sprague will play Saturday.
When?
I don't know that. I'm just a fan. I'm just a fan. I don't make calls.
So
Are they cleared to play?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well,
So yes, both of those guys were back in practice this week and with full tilt. I don't know when we will see them. I don't think it'll be them starting the game. But what we did see were some wrinkles in practice that
we should have had at Alabama.
Yeah. That bode well, that really puts us in a game plan to take advantage, of, numbers. Yeah, it takes advantage of numbers. It makes, their defense have to commit to one person and possibly leave somebody else out as you run guys, other defenders off. So,
See, what I saw in practice this week is what Simmons should have been running last week.
but see, we did that. We practiced like that. We practiced those plays, and I agree with you. It's like, boom, that's right there. Do, give him what he can do. But it also still comes down to the whole thing about OJT with our staff. It's a new league for our OC.
Guys, they don't pay us a quarter. We just come in here on Thursday. But
Freebie.
We listen, we talked about last week.
We did.
Quarterback run game. We talked about that. We've been talking about little wrinkles that people get paid big money.
But that's the thing, like, if teams give us something, you have to take advantage of that. Like, you're in a whole different league now. We ain't at Utica, nowhere. Like, them guys, D linemen, run 4.4s, 4.5s up at this level. So you got to take advantage of that. Take them out of the game.
Do we need to sit in the stands and hold up charts?
Maybe.
So the people, maybe go on the visitor side and hold up a chart so our staff can see, something. Because this is not rocket science, guys. It really isn't.
See, if you look at the way that the offense is designed, it's actually designed for a pocket passer. Okay, but Trey is not a pocket passer.
Well, the thing is, and that's kind of like what we've all said,
you got to get him on the outside.
you got to adapt to what he does.
Exactly.
And
he's better out there on the outside.
And guys, I don't mean to play the devil's advocate, but whoever got playing quarterback, if we go back to a pocket passer, can we keep him upright?
I think we can, but this is the thing. It also cripples you. And the reason it cripples you is because if you get back in the same situation to where you're down, you don't have a quarterback, a pocket passing quarterback, are you going to break down again? You don't have packages for that?
If you look at college football today, what are they looking for? Dual threat.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's where the game is going right now.
unfortunately, one of those guys we're not going to see this year.
Yeah.
So you gotta, now is the time where you gotta just say, okay, here's my 7. This is who I'm going with, and that's what it comes down to.
The thing that this is, I don't know this to be true. I'm just looking at this. I'm at the game. I don't think that we ever even considered playing another quarterback in that game.
I don't think so either, but
which I thought was.
But you know what? That might not be so bad, and here's why I say that as an offensive coordinator guy. Like, if I can't call the right things for the one that's in, I definitely, the one who I've seen take the most snaps lately, I don't want to, go the.
But I'm sure Alabama State came in there with that same mindset. Like the parents said,
right?
We've never seen 17,
right?
But they was desperate because they wanted to win that game.
And
they wanted to win that game, and I think they wanted to win that game more than we did.
Guys, until we clarify our identity, because I don't have an idea what it is.
Me either.
But
I don't OJT or whatever. We don't have it. We need to find it. Whatever it is, whoever we put out there, they have to have an identity for them to be able to do whatever it is that they want to do.
It's there, but it left in Miami. Where you put your eggs at, those eggs went down in Miami. Now,
why would you put your eggs out like Miami? That's like putting the eggs.
No. What I'm saying is,
you put it. If that's where your eggs are, if that is the eggs, you gonna put the eggs by where the fox comes in? I don't think so. I'm gonna protect that. I would not put it. I wouldn't do that. That don't make no sense.
I hear it.
That's the whole fall. The way you practice pre-fall.
Well, all I can say is this: I'm sitting up here, and we 0-2 in conference, and I feel we should be 2-0.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We should be 2-0 by our own doing. We're 0-2 because we are. We're being stubborn and being foolish.
Right.
Exactly.
And coaching against ourselves.
Thank you.
That's why we're 0-2.
Yeah, exactly.
It ain't got nothing to do with the effort the players are giving.
Nope.
That's on us.
Huge shout out to Mike from Cat Eye Network. Thanks for tuning in, Mike. Looking forward to hearing you on the call this Saturday when our Wildcats take on the Tigers of TSU. Guys, okay, we've covered all that. We've seen practice this week. Some great things. Great day of practice on on Tuesday, Wednesday. Similar. Very enthusiastic. What are you looking to see Saturday? What do you have to do to go?
The first thing I'm praying for Saturday is no rain.
Yeah.
Because I saw some things in practice Wednesday. And you saw them too, Daryl.
The rain is a problem.
Scares the living, based on what I'm hearing tonight. That scares me to death, okay? And so
I think we're gonna be okay Saturday, though.
Okay.
I don't anticipate.
Let's just say it was like twirling a drumstick.
Yeah, if we get rain Saturday, I'm going back to the tailgate. Okay, I'm telling you right now, that's not going to be a good look. That's not going to be a good look. Daryl knows it. I know it. Ralph,
and it wasn't even like pouring torrential rain.
It was like water shower out of a hose. Okay?
Of course I wasn't there Wednesday, and then Thursday they practiced 6:00 this morning. What is the injury report for our running backs?
From what we've seen in practice this week, everyone is, for the most part, 95%. I still think that Brazil will be out this week. He might dress, but I think it's going to be one of those, like, only if necessary. But I think he will be out this week. Saw a lot of activity from the other ones for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm going to put Brazil look good doing the drills that he's doing. You know,
I think they'll hold him out one more week for precaution.
Yeah. So
if he had to go, they probably would make it, but they probably won't let him go this week. I don't think.
Okay.
An extra week won't hurt him.
Yeah.
It'll help him in that regard. But again, guys, whatever we saw in practice, I don't know if there's any guarantee it will translate to being in the game. But I saw some things that, at least to me,
if we run them,
breaking some tendencies, and that's all I want to see. Give me some creativity, please. That's all I want.
He ain't even asking for his theme music. He just say some creativity.
I don't want to say my theme music. Give me some creativity, please.
He didn't even ask us to roll the drums.
Right. Ralph, I do have a comment for you over here from one of our wonderful fans. I guess Ralph is not selling his game ticket on this one. Although he did say, depending, you might not see him till the second half. So it's a game time decision, and trust me, it is truly a game time decision. I'm supposed to send a text back out to him as he sits under the tailgate tent, spot 90 to be exact.
Boy,
and we'll see.
You know, y'all got more codes going on here than the CIA. Okay, I'm telling you. I mean, I don't know if I'm in America or Russia.
Man, you almost have to use codes these days to be politically correct.
Yeah, because they throwing bombs at you. Every corner you turn. Over on 2nd Avenue, they throwing bombs at you.
Well, I'll tell you. Yes, indeed. If we do what we were supposed to do in practice, I know we've moved some people around.
We're healthier.
That's the main thing.
We're much healthier.
That's the main thing.
We have been since before the Miami game.
Yes. That's the main thing, and it should pay dividends.
So, okay, with us being healthy, does that mean we're going to get outside of our comfort zone on offense?
How do you get outside of your comfort zone?
Well, because we were deep in it on Saturday.
The past 2 weeks we've been deep in it, okay.
I think you have more leverage.
Okay. But then I might come in at the end of the first quarter.
You got a lot of leverage today, bro. Going into Saturday, so yes, Katina, definitely bring your ponchos, raincoats, rain suits, all the above for Saturday. Miss Emma said Ryan Lewis is watching.
Oh, good. That's wonderful.
Yeah. So it is now that time, guys. It's our Say It With Your Chest live call-in session, Homecoming 2023. Last week, boy, they were like non-existent. I guess everybody didn't pay their cell phone bill. Nobody wanted to call in, but we want to talk to you this week. 386-868-3411. 386-868-3411. What's up, Nick Rawls? Welcome to the Gridiron Show. 386-868-3411. Let's not just be keyboard supervisors. Let's call in 386-868-3411. So, Ralph, tell me about this big. I don't want to ask Larry, because tell me about this big tailgate you're going to, man.
It's going to be at Spot 90. It's going to be sponsored by the Gridiron Show. Come all. We're inviting all the Gridiron folks and all the folks that travel with us. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have plenty of good food. So come on over and see us at Spot 90.
Larry, have you heard anything about what's going to be on the menu over there?
I don't know, but they tell me it's going to be quite expensive. Quite expensive, you know. So
it's going to be like it's at Grandmama's house.
No, we'll see. what it looks like. I just want to survive the tailgate this weekend. I'll be happy.
That is 12 p.m. on this Saturday. The Hail Wildcats Gridiron Club tailgate at Spot 90. Come one, come all. We are seeking, $12 donation, and it will be the best $12 you have ever spent. Ever.
Bring a chair.
Yeah, bring a chair. Definitely bring a chair. We're looking forward to having everyone there. It will definitely be a spread. That's kind of why all the guys tonight are in here kind of like tired and thinking about what's to come because,
we still got another day.
Yeah, we still got another day, yeah.
I got to get through the night, okay? Not just tomorrow.
Lynn would call us say curly fries. I've seen some inklings of them, but I don't think it's...
For Linwood, we'll find some.
All right. I think we might have something that will meet us fancy. 386-868-3411. Caller, you're on the Hail Wildcats Gridiron Show. Welcome.
Good evening, gentlemen. This is Brandon Jackson Palm Beach. How are you all doing tonight?
Wonderful.
We are doing well, sir. Happy homecoming to you.
Thank you, and happy homecoming to you all as well. The game Saturday, I did get a chance to watch the game. After the game, I had like a big question mark because, like you say, the team actually had the opportunity. They should have won the game. The thing that gets me is that when the quarterback, he's good, but he's too inconsistent. In the end, you overthrowing the player, and I thought there was an opportunity where the quarterback actually could have ran the ball himself and gained more yards instead of, you get down to now you're 4 and out, and it's like, where do you go from here?
Well, it goes kind of back to what Larry was saying. He's kind of scared to do what he wants to do in that contest. So it kind of puts him in a bad situation. Yes, we should have ran the ball more, but it also has to be called. And, we got to put our players in better situations with our calls and things of that nature. So I think that will happen this week. But we'll see. We'll see.
Did I have Ralph said our main quarterback should be back Saturday?
Yeah, 2 of our guys should be back. We're back up to full strength. We will not have one for this season. Unfortunately, we look forward to seeing them next season. But yeah, we're back to full strength.
Well, that's good because we got to kill the defense. If our offense was cooking like our defense, man, we'll be setting a record. But you hear me?
Most definitely. It'll be there. It'll be there in I don't even say due time. I think you see some inklings of it this week, and okay, to this credit, real quick, and I want to let the whole fan base know that we saw it in Savannah State, right? We saw what could have been in Savannah State, and then we moved to the next week, short week. We go into the Miami game, and almost your whole playbook, what you've practiced the whole fall, we threw it out in the Atlantic Ocean. Had to, because, you didn't know when our quarterbacks, the quarterbacks who got hurt, we didn't know when they would be back. And now you're down to a guy who didn't take as many snaps as those guys in the fall, pre-fall practice. So now you got that back. Now you kind of have your synergy, and it's time to play ball. Now, if we don't see that on Saturday, we know where the answer is. It's not, it's not down to the players. It has to, go to the callers.
I got you a quick question. As far as that game Saturday, would you say it's the players' fault, or would you blame it on the coaches for us losing that game?
It's a team loss. Okay. Yeah, it's a team loss. we let some plays. You take away one of the touchdowns where a player ran free down the field, wide open. Take that away, and you win that game. So
absolutely,
yeah. So
I'm looking forward to coming to homecoming. God's willing, hope it's a great game. And I want to also say to you, Dale, give my regards to your dad. Tell him I say hi. I'm missing as the announcer because the announcer we have now, I'm a season ticket holder. I sit in the C section, so the group I'm with, we actually have to. When he say Hail Wildcats, he don't finish out. He can say Hail Wildcats, and that's it. We have to finish out. Like, do he know what he up there saying? Like, do he know what he's doing?
I will definitely tell Reverend Williams that, and he looks forward to seeing you and everyone else on Saturday. I know he'll be down here Friday night after the high school game. So, yeah, he's looking forward to homecoming 2023. And man, if you get a chance, definitely stop by Spot 90. That is the tailgate spots of all tailgate spots. So we look forward to seeing you there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Y'all have a nice evening. Hail Wildcats.
Hail Wildcats, yes, sir. See you Saturday. Thank you. 386-868-3411. 386-868-3411. I think we have Jerry on the other line, but I think it might be acting up. Jerry, you there? Yeah, Jerry, we're going to, the line's not clear, so we're going to hang up and then have you call back on another line. All right. 386-868-3411. 386-868-3411. Guys, we're getting the questions, if Simmons was there the whole spring and start of summer and people talking about a QB battle, why is there a problem with opening up the playbook? I don't think there's a problem opening up the playbook, but as I said, this staff, granted, okay, let's look at it this way. We got to rewind. We as fans get caught up in some things, and I'm saying everybody. The same thing here. The stuff we ran in spring practice is totally different than we ran in the fall. A lot of those guys that we just got here just came, Ralph?
August.
Yeah, beginning of August is when they arrived, and we started practice, I believe, August 3rd, 2nd or 3rd. So, and our first game was Labor Day weekend in September. So, we had to bring the guys that we brought in up to speed and get them game ready. So, if you were behind those guys, unfortunately, you're not going to take the snaps that, they're going to take. So, and that's not taking up for anybody. It's just the way it goes, somebody's not going to get the snaps because we got to move on. We got to get ready for the season. And that's just unfortunately what it is. 386-868-3411. 386-868-3411. We want to hear from you on the Hail Wildcats Gridiron Show. Guys, we never do like
868.
Caller, if you could turn your radio down, welcome on the Hail Wildcats Gridiron Show.
Guys, we never do like
Caller, if you could turn your radio down for us, please. Caller, you're on the Hail Wildcats Gridiron Show. Welcome.
Hey guys, this is Linwood. You guys are doing a great job. I long all week for this. If I could get you guys to come on earlier in the week, it would make me happy. But I listened to the gradings that you guys have done, and the defense, I agree with you wholeheartedly, has been very, very good this year. The offense have been good in spots. I still say we play a different quarterback, we win games. We can't win a football game with a baseball thrower. You can't throw over the lineman's sidearm. You gotta come overhead. But I'm looking for a win on Saturday. I believe that we can do it. I hope that we come in there with the tenacity that we're going to slap some people around on that field. And my philosophy is I take my keys and put in my pocket, and that is your nerve. So once I do that, once I take your nerve away from you, I do what I want to do. You guys be good. Look forward to seeing you on Saturday. I'll have my money for you.
All right, definitely. We look forward to having you there, man. Happy homecoming, and we'll see you at Spot 90, big guy.
Hail Wildcats.
Hail Wildcats.
Hail Wildcats.
Yes, sir. I think we finally got Mr. Bell. Jerry, you on there with us?
Yeah, I had to call my Uncle Alexander Graham Bell to get these phone lines to work, but
must be the rain or something, the weather in the area. But hey, Jerry,
yeah.
Happy homecoming to you, man.
Orlando, you know this.
Yeah, definitely. Happy Yes, sir. Happy homecoming, man. You know, you ready? What you got? Anything you got? You coming to the tailgate, man?
Yeah, I want to check out this spread. You know, I hear it's gonna be it's gonna make Thanksgiving envious, so I'm looking forward to it.
That was our goal when we set out to do it, and we want to see all the fans there. Yes, sir.
Let me say this part about the I've had quite a few requests. Now, you know, there's a ton of things that you can have at a tailgate, right? A little bit of everything.
Yes, sir.
But the request that I've heard a couple of times is, are there going to be curly fries? Larry, I don't know what you did with those curly fries last time, but everybody keeps talking.
This dude sounds just like Al Walker. Them Orlando boys.
Yeah, boy, it's an Orange County thing.
I'm just telling you what people keep asking me.
There could be a sneak peek of curly fries, but it's going to be hard to fry them unless we got Fry Daddy there to fry them.
I think that's what the point that he's trying to make.
Okay, he's like, the only way I'm showing up, man, you got to have curly fries there, and I'll fry them for you.
Nah.
So there will be a curly fry appearance. There will be a curly fry appearance. That is a bonus, and it's while they last. After they're gone, they're gone. So make sure, fans, you get there on time. We're starting at noon. Leave that parade. Get out to the stadium. If you got to ride the shuttle, it'll be on the first thing smoking out there. But we'll have plenty of food out there, and you'll see all our hosts here, and including Mr. Bell there on the fryers. And I don't know what Ralph going to be doing. How the tailgate.
Supervisors.
Oh, yeah. No, we already got one of those. We already got one of those, Ralph, you know. Yeah. But Jerry, man, as a Cookman alumnus, man, homecoming 2023, what are you looking forward to the most?
A win. I think, and I'm saying that from the standpoint of, you know, obviously it's always good to see people, see old faces, familiar faces, to see all the maroon and gold out there, you know, all of the pageantry that's associated with homecoming, and you know, even looking at those high school kids who will be in attendance, because we'll have several hundred of them, maybe even 1,000 or so, you know, that are there from the different bands from different schools, and that sort of thing. So, you know, being able to look at those young, right, knowing that they are, you know, they're getting a college atmosphere, college experience, and kind of imagine what their future would look like. All those things are amazing. I think, though, you know, I think this is one of those homecomings where the win has an extra level of significance.
Yes.
You know, significant specifically because, you know, we're, you know, there's a rebuild that's in progress. We all of us are, you know, pretty excited about Raymond Woody and what we see for the future and all that sort of thing. And then
but what you need is a win just a stamp on all of that to kind of signify to the fan base, signify to supporters that the direction that this program is going in, it's a positive one. But you kind of need that. You need a signature. You need a stamp. You need something to kind of where it's not just talk. It's not just in the background, but something that people rally around and say that's it. And so I'm hoping that there's a win for a myriad of reasons. That's the primary one.
Most definitely. I mean, not to put you on the spot, Jerry, but is that, from what you've heard, what you've seen this week, is that doable? We know you were in Alabama last week, came up a little short. Are you looking for, what do we need to do to get that signature win that you spoke of?
So, I kind of outlined a couple of things on HailWildcats.com for those of you who care to venture over. Shameless plug, I know. But what I'm looking for, I think, is one of the things that we've heard from fans all year is, man, we were playing with our third quarterback, right? We're down, Luke's hurt, Talik's hurt, Bethea's hurt. And then, Walter Simmons, he's your third string guy. He doesn't get as many snaps as the other ones, but he go in, he do what you ask him to do, and that's not turn the ball over and give you a chance to win at the end of the game. Well, great, we get that. But, we've been in those games. But now all of a sudden you're playing against a team who they're without their starting quarterback, Mr. All-Conference Andrew Body, who is an amazing football player. So now you got another team that you're facing who's also without their number one trigger man. That same team struggles on defense. And so, you're facing a team now who has the same record as you. They struggle defensively, and they're without their primary trigger man on offense. Even if, our QB1 and QB2, they're not, fully healthy for this game, and we have to still go with, the guy that we've been going with last game, you're still in the same predicament as the team that you're facing. You still don't have your top signal caller. Neither do they. You're at home, so there's no excuses. That's what I'm saying. And so you have an opportunity now to say you're playing against a team that's ranked dead last in defense in the conference. No excuse not to be able to move the ball. From a defensive standpoint, you're playing against a team that's without their primary signal caller. So if you perform the way that you have been against conference opponents, you like to think that you keep them somewhere in that 21-point or less range, say 24-point or less range. All of that being, score 25 or more points and you win this football game. So can you do it against this team? Texas Southern hasn't shown you anything this year to say that they can. You go out, you take care of the ball, you don't turn the ball over, you execute up to your capabilities, then you should be able to get 24 or more points on the offensive side of the ball. And then on the defensive side of the ball, just do what you have been doing to limit those guys under that 24-point mark. That's the way I approach this. And the last time I checked, the team with the most points wins. So I think that has to be the goal: limit them to under 24 and get to 24 on offense.
Definitely so, Jerry. Definitely so. Do you see that being obtainable early on in this contest?
I see it. Again, I'm not a very big. I don't believe in Texas Southern's defense. I just don't. I don't think they're very good against the run. They've proven that. They're not very good against the pass. They've proven that. And so if you're ever going to score points, this opponent is tailor-made for you. Now, if we go out there and score 14 points again, 17 points again, then that spells big problems for us. But I think we'll be fine. I think we'll go out and have a good offensive showing. I'm hoping that we get a little bit of refreshment at quarterback. That we have options. And so again, if we run Simmons out there, he executes and get the offense and have the offense moving and score some points, then that's great. You know, let them do it. If Simmons is just a game manager and we struggle the way we have offensively, then I am looking forward to, and I'm anticipating us being able to go to the bullpen and put some other guys out there or another guy out there who could be more successful at the quarterback spot.
There you have it, Jerry Bell's game plan for beating the TSU Tigers. 386-868-3411. We're talking Wildcat football. It's homecoming 2023, and we have not had a homecoming win in
2000, and I'm looking at it right here.
18, right?
18.
We beat Mississippi Valley 41-27, October 6, 2018.
It is Wear Maroon on Saturday. I know there have been some questions.
I thought it was gold.
No, gold was Savannah State. Yeah, it's Wear Maroon.
And it's black for the following.
Yeah, for Mississippi Valley is black. The Thursday night game.
Yeah, later on in the
season.
Hey,
it don't matter for you, right?
That Thursday night game.
You're not coming in no way, right?
Go ahead, Darold.
It's gonna be a blackout game if we win. If we lose on homecoming, it's gonna be a morning. so black is the right color either way.
You're right, man. 386-868-3411. We're gonna try, Larry. We're gonna try to get him in there.
They got your seat tied up. What's keeping it from going in?
I don't want to come in until I know they decided they're going to play football.
So he's protecting the curly fries and the shrimp and crab rice outside.
I'm doing that partly too, but I'm hungry for a win.
Definitely, but you gotta come inside.
Not curly fries.
You gotta come. Don't be like some other classic fans, man. You gotta come inside, bro.
Like
we gotta
CC.
Whoa!
Shots fired. Boy.
Whoa!
Oh, that's right. It's storming in Duval County.
Oh yeah, and Volusia.
I think the Diesel will be here Saturday.
That's questionable.
Well.
That's questionable.
Ralph, can we at least convince you to sit on the waist?
No.
Sit where?
On the wayside.
No, you want me to give up my VIP seat? Are you crazy?
You're doing that anyway.
You're doing it anyway.
Why you gonna be sitting in it?
Katina. Wow.
You can sit over there with one of them. With them old paper bags like the old Saints.
Yeah,
you got that right.
Hey, he can be.
That's a good idea, Jerry.
You know what? If he does that, we're gonna make him one of them band chaperones.
Right. Yeah.
No, it's. I mean, it was said that we forgot that it was Texas Southern. Maroon is Texas Southern's colors, but they'll have white on. I mean, their uniforms should be white or gray. So it shouldn't bother me. Yeah, I mean,
everybody but us.
Yeah, but yeah, maybe Maroon should have been for the first game.
I'm just saying, man.
But it was the same way though when we used to play Central, man. Sometimes we were like, you didn't know whose team was which.
That's pretty standard color.
No.
You know, my only hope is that we have a real mascot this year.
There you go with that.
Oh, absolutely.
Well,
I have no expectation.
The hope is the one that showed up last year doesn't show up.
Nah, he's long gone.
I've been already
Mike said in Hangover, he's not with us anymore. Yeah, I think that was a discussion on the bus, and then we were like, yeah, those things called such and such about it.
That was the talk of homecoming last year.
Oh yeah.
That and all those cars getting towed away.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they fixed
But
that problem.
you say this, talk about the Jackson State fans complained that they wore red, the week that they played Bethune, because obviously our primary color is maroon and gold. So they were saying, why are we wearing red playing against Bethune? We should have chosen a different color. But, kind of like Bethune in Jackson, there weren't a lot of Bethune-Cookman fans there, so it was okay. So it's much the same way. You can wear maroon, you can wear gray. Look, I can't say that, it's a Christian radio station. You can wear whatever you want or what you choose not to wear. It ain't going to be a whole lot of Texas Southern fans over there.
I mean,
so it ain't going to make that much of a difference.
We wore gold last week, too.
We did.
I mean,
We did.
And their colors are black and gold, so, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now there is one important thing.
Black or gold.
Yeah, there is one important thing that we have not mentioned, guys. If you, first of all, park at the track, catch the shuttle out. The shuttle is free if you can't make it out there early enough to the stadium. But one other thing you cannot do, don't think you're going to show up at 4 p.m. and see the ball touch leather at 4 p.m. This game will start at 3 p.m. on this Saturday.
And if you aren't there by at least 2, you aren't going to get in.
Yeah.
If you're driving.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're catching the shuttle, you can get in. But
Hopefully.
if you're driving, you aren't going to get in.
And you're going to miss curly fries. 386-868-3411. 386-868-3411. We are truly looking forward to seeing our fans this Saturday. It's been a long time coming since we've been home. We're finally back home. Kind of, sort of for the next 2 weeks, but we want to see everyone definitely on this Saturday at 3 p.m. at Daytona Stadium. We're looking forward. If you see one of our hosts, make sure you speak, reach out. We're here for you. We're here for the fans. We're here for the support, guys. It's all love. That's why we do our show. We try to bring you the information that we learned during the week, and that's what we're here for. The majority, in all honesty, and I do want to say this, the majority of the things we do, 95% of what is done by, our organizations is done out of the goodness of our heart. That's 100%. It's done out of the goodness of our heart, but we're not looking for anything. We're not looking for anything but to help get our student athletes, our university to the next level. Because if you don't, you will be left behind. I mean, let's, while we're waiting on another call, let's speak on it. Let's talk about the University of Utah, all their scholarship players. What happened?
They all received a brand new Dodge Ram.
Courtesy of a dealership, a local dealership, a part of the NIL deal and things that nature.
NIL, yeah.
It's part of their collective.
Yeah.
Right, it's part of their collective.
And very creative approach.
I mean, if you think about, look at what's going on around college football right now. This is the most parity we've seen in forever.
Oh, for sure.
True.
And
true.
it's not because everybody coaches got that much better. It's
Right.
because
right.
these teams, instead of guys saying I'm going to be third string and waiting to play Alabama for, I'm going to wait 3 years to get 1 year worth of playing time at Alabama. Those guys get enticed with some money, transfer to TCU or transfer to Utah or wherever, and they're playing in a year and they're getting paid. So NIL is changing the landscape of college football. And you either participating or you're getting left behind.
Right. And that's everywhere across the nation, whether you're at a Division II, Division I AA, Division I. I mean, look at the article, and I posted it on a couple of our pages, what Mark Stoops said. Here's another SEC school, Kentucky. Bluegrass, all that.
Bottom feeders forever.
Right. I mean, there's plenty of horse money in Kentucky, right?
Got that
There's
right.
plenty of horse money in Kentucky. But still, You go to Athens, Georgia, they can't compete over at Athens, Georgia. I mean, they can't compete with what's going on in Athens, Georgia. And it all comes down to like the fan base.
Fan base.
And he called him.
He said it just like if you want us to be able to level up, that's the only way. That's big time. It's recruiting. That is big time recruiting.
But the HBCUs haven't caught on to that quite yet. I mean, they're on to it, but they don't support it like the other institutions.
Why not, though?
I can't answer. I wish I could answer that question, but I can't. I don't know. But the longer
some of it is new.
Yeah, right.
Some of it is new, and so we haven't adopted to it yet. And so, the key is in business you want to be an early adopter, is what they call it, right?
Yes.
If you catch it on the front end of it, then you get to shape what the future look like. Otherwise, always playing catch up. Exactly. And so, it's not going anywhere.
Right.
There are only two types of people. You're either proactive or reactive.
Right,
okay?
right.
And so the bottom line is, if the proactive people are doing their thing, all you're doing is chasing.
That's
because the train has already left the station.
Already left the depot.
You can't chase.
Right. And listen, and this thing is getting so big, the state of Georgia has just voted to allow NIL at the high school level. And the state of Florida is taking up a resolution to decide if they want to allow it.
But that's what's happening in America in sports, though.
Right.
Yeah. Well, where all of this is headed, I have no idea.
I mean, hey, that's, as I said a few moments ago, it's recruiting 101. I mean, that's, what can you, unfortunately, it's what can you do for me? Do you want that player who's and I don't want to even say he's a star. Let's just say he's a dog. Let's say he's a dog. And he's like, if you can get me such and such, I will come here, versus somewhere else. And you got to have that ready and prepared for them to come. So
I'm predicting right now, when we get to December or the end of November, you think Deion Sanders did something in flipping Travis Hunter? You watch what Deion Sanders does.
That's right.
In recruitment this year.
I mean, just look at his numbers, the money and all that now. It's, when he first went there, they didn't even have the money to pay his salary. Now it's great.
They believe now.
Oh, for sure.
They
For sure.
believe.
For
Not
sure.
just him
For sure.
selling it.
For sure.
They see it.
Guys, we're almost to the end of the show. Homecoming 2023. Give me your closing words, Ralph.
Well, I'm going to ask all the BCU fans to come out and support the Wildcats and have a good time and see old friends, and let's get it done.
Definitely, let's get it done. The professor.
I'm requesting a wellness check on me tonight and tomorrow.
We will definitely do that, Larry.
Because if I can survive in the kitchen for the next 48 hours, I'm going to be pretty good, okay?
Definitely.
This must be the Lord's Last Supper we're comparing.
Pretty close. Pretty close. Yeah.
Jerry.
Yes. I'm going to project. I'm selfish in this situation. I'm going to project that this might be the reality of many Wildcat fans. I need something to happen to make me feel good about my university. And I'm just saying that just because, the last several years has just been, it's been a roller coaster.
Disastrous.
And, there's been disasters. There's some things to celebrate, but then it's just seemed like it's just always something. I jokingly put in the article, it almost feel like, you make you scratch your head and think, did somebody put one of those Miss Seeley from The Color Purple?
Everything.
It feels like that sometimes.
It does.
It's like you feel like, it's just kind of, you're just waiting on the next piece of bad news.
Right.
And I'm just I like to have a little bit of pick-me-up, right? And I think a win on homecoming, the last one coming in 2018, we're in 2023. It'd be nice to have a pick-me-up that you don't have to pick a side, you don't have to join a faction, associated with Bethune-Cookman. It's something that everybody associated with this university can celebrate together. I think that would be good, and I think we need that collective breath of fresh air. So, Lord, shine favorably upon the Wildcats, and let us have at least a weekend where we can all celebrate and have something that we can agree on.
Preach, preacher.
Let the church say amen.
Let the church say amen.
Fans, we're looking forward to seeing you this Saturday, starting at noon, Tailgate Spot 90. Come on, come all. We'd love to have you at our tailgate. Plenty of food, fun, and football and fanfare. We're all family. We're all family. And we want to see the Maroon and Gold succeed in every way possible. For Mr. Ralph Smith, Mr. Larry Wesley, Mr. Dieselman, CC Cruse, and for the creator, Mr. Jerry Bell, I'm Darold Williams. Hail Wildcats. Happy Homecoming 2023. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow night, actually, at the pep rally. Well, you won't see us because we'll be knee-deep in barbecue. But we look forward to seeing you on Saturday at noon. If you can't make it at noon, be there by 3 p.m. Hail Wildcats.
Hold on.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Jerry. Yes, sir.
Hold on, before you sign out. Are you telling me that Ralph and the Professor Larry don't want to go to a Boosie concert tomorrow? Oh, man.
Nah, they say they sit out. They're going to have their own concert. It'll be some hole in the wall and everything like that playing, bro.
Boy, that's a shame. Hole in the wall.
Hail Wildcats. Have a good night, fans. We'll see you Saturday.
Hail Wildcats.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Bethune-Cookman University alma mater. Bag of what was left in the cooler. So we got fries. Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah, I'm sure. I looked at it today.